we go. Going to be Ryung versus Elazer, and the first game's going to be on Waterfall. So we're going to start things off with a bit of a bang. This has been a map that I have to say I feel like Ryung stylistically struggles on a little bit, just because there's not much room for error.
He's all about those errors.
Oh, I mean, apparently so's Elazer, according to you.
True.
As here we have spawning up in the top right-hand corner of the map, taking that wonderful 2-0 over time. And now in the final match, this is Ryung.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Waterfall, we have his opponent, the Polish Zerg player representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer.
Beautiful, and here we go. Ryung going to be opening things up safe once again, so not seeing that he did have a little bit of a CC first kick for a while, where he was spamming out those CC first 2-base all-ins, which, you know, big fan. But Elazer, not going to be going for a pull first or anything like that, just going to be opening up pretty standard.
They're like, you know, that it would be pretty good right now if you worked out a cheeky 2-base all-in. Unfortunately, not going to be the case, at least when it comes to the opener. Not that fast CC first. As you were saying, pretty standard here from the Zerg player as well. Hatch, gas, pool, nothing too crazy. I'm really curious to see how Elazer approaches this. We saw Ragnarok on Waterfall earlier in the day, just cutting workers at that juicy sweet spot. The 6 and the 9, if you recall. So yeah, I wonder how Elazer approaches this and whether he cuts drones at an earlier timing as well.
I could see it happening. I could also see Elazer doing his other stylistic approach of cutting drones at 100.
Oh, so you're gonna say I'm getting
probably not the best map for it, but no. No, I respect Elazer.
Oh, okay, I do too.
Oh, okay.
You're shaking my head, puppy, shaking my head.
As we do see, Elazer actually banking gas, isn't going to be going for a fast third and doesn't want to delay his link speed. So this is something that's, I don't want to say out of style, but I do feel like most of the time the Zerg players are getting link speed a little bit later than this.
Oh my god, yeah, and we do have a delayed third as well. Elazer has been able to keep all of his drones alive, and he will finally be able to take the triangular third, but oh my god, yeah, I was just gonna touch on what you were saying. As a drone gets picked off as well, Ryung with the Reaper control.
It's one of your games. He didn't pull out. He doesn't get his third. He loses a drone.
This is why I don't respect him. He plays like me, puppy. But yeah, like typically there's no real reason to get link speed this early on. So a little bit surprising here from Elazer. We'll see if he does anything with it. We'll see if he commits as he's forced to make another gas geyser here. Just once again keeping that drone alive.
The unnatural third. As we do see Ryung behind this, actually not going to be going for a 3cc like he did in the last series that we saw him, is going to be going for the 2-base build, and I think this makes a little bit of sense as well after delaying Elazer's expansion for so long. He just wants to make sure that he's safe against any kind of roach builds.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, there's, you know, quite often, especially when you delay a third base, you force the hand of the Zerg player and you force them into a 2-base roach, or at least they want to believe that you force them into it. It's a way to cope. But
I'm reacting.
Reacting with my own all-in, but so yeah, it is quite smart here to go for this Banshee. Meanwhile, we can see the Elazer hasn't done anything too crazy. He's pulled back into gas. He's just droning. He's getting his third base up and running. He hasn't invested into any early tech.
It's not looking.
Oh,
he is looking. Oh, a bit unfortunate there for Ryung, actually. I think he might have got a little bit scared by the Lings moving in. Elazer almost fainting that he had more Lings hidden for us around, but Elazer's been extremely greedy here and he's gotten away with it though.
Yeah, I think he had like 4 to 6 Lings, and that is all he had to work with. So he's been able to heavily drone and saturate this third base. It makes up for the delay earlier, and now he can focus on his Ling production. Now he can focus on being safe against these Hellion dives.
Yeah, this is a really rough spot for Ryung because going for this two-base build, he does need to get a little bit of damage. And the damage was probably there. And Elazer was also cutting corners on top of that. So missing that damage is a really big deal here.
It really is, but we'll see if he can find some more as he dips in with his first Banshee. But the Queens are in position. There's already a Spore as well, and the first Banshee isn't going to be able to do too much. Thankfully, we have a second Banshee on the way and Cloak. So there is still opportunity for damage. He's just investing that much more, and there's that much more pressure on Ryung to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, behind this, we're seeing Elazer's been able to get up a few of these Lings, and Ryung's going to be taking out some of these creep tumors around the map, helping to push this creep back, but Elazer's still doing a pretty good job just spreading that very evenly and trying to establish all this creep throughout the center of the map.
Yeah, his Queens have been doing a great job at deflecting both the Hellions and the Banshees. Like, his creep spread hasn't been too delayed, all things considered. And again, Ryung just hasn't been able to do too much here. But what I will say is that he's at least been able to keep these Hellions alive. You know, he can use them later on when it comes to a timing attack if they do survive that long. So there are other ways to make use of them. It's just, again, you know, Elazer getting quite comfortable here, droning up and even taking a fourth base.
Yeah, there we go. So the fourth is going to be going down. We see these Banshees just kind of poking back and forth for Ryung, trying to see whatever damage they can get. Not really able to get too much. They take out a tumor. They haven't seen the fourth base yet. They kind of guessed the wrong side, I guess. And Ryung just not really getting enough damage. And with this opening, not being able to get damage can put you pretty far behind.
Yeah, this is really detrimental. Like, as you were saying, if Ryung had happened to go on the left-hand side instead, it's quite possible that he would have been able to force a cancel, maybe even a delay on that fourth hatchery. It would have given him a little bit more insight, and he would have been able to recognize that that's where he needs to prioritize his pressure and aggression. Finally, he rotates over, but at this point, it's too late. The Queen's already here. The hatchery is already done. Soon, we're going to get a Spore as well. Again, Elazer just quite comfortable.
Yeah, so Elazer's just going to be powering on up. He's already passed that 70 drone count, so it looks like he's maybe going to sit a little bit higher than we saw previously on this map, and it does make a lot of sense. He doesn't need to get a huge amount of momentum here, but Ryung has arrived. He does have this tank push, and he is going to put some pressure on this fourth.
Oh yeah, a little bit of the creep is going to be cleaned up here. We have 2 tanks with this army, as well as plenty of Hellions to help buffer and support the Marines. He's trying to find a bit of a better angle, but there's so much creep that he has to clear up. Elazer is given so much time to prepare.
Yeah, and Elazer's setting up either a massive surround or a counterattack. It does look like these Lings are going to be going for a counterattack, and there is very little here. Pretty quick reactions coming out from Ryung, but I don't think it's going to matter too much.
Yeah, the Marines, there just aren't enough of them. At the same time, Ryung is pushing on forward towards that fourth base, but there's so much Ling Bane. Ooh, the reinforcements of Ryung are getting caught out as well. He saves his tank, but again, he gives up his third.
Yeah, gives up the third, and when he's already economically behind, not getting to mine from your third is a disaster. Elazer's just trying to slow him down as much as he can, trading that hatchery health for time, and doing a great job of that.
And here we go. Elazer is pulling the trigger. There are only 2 tanks with this army. The Hellbat's quite far back, protecting the further back tank, but unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, Elazer just going to pull the trigger anyway, jumps on top of these, loses quite a lot of units to the Hellbats, but takes them all out, takes out the tank as well. That's 2 tanks down. Ryung feeling a little bit of momentum here. He is going to be pushing out across the map, and well, that was right in his face. The disrespect.
That was a very ambitious burrow there by Elazer. The Banelings are going to get picked off here. Here we go. Ryung, he has the momentum. The Banelings aren't morphed in yet, but in a couple of seconds they will be.
Yeah, we see a scan go down. If the Tug of Fire is good with the tanks, we can take out a few of these Banelings. The Marines starting to put pressure forward, and Elazer doesn't have that many Banelings for this defense. It's just that Ryung's supply is not that high.
Yeah, exactly. He just doesn't have that much to work with. Here we go. Elazer is pulling the trigger. He's looking to dive on top of this tank. Again, there's only one, and it is going to go down.
Yeah, pretty brutal trades coming out here for Ryung. Is going to be pushed back, and we can see that he hasn't really been making that many workers. He's just staying on his 3 bases and trying to all in off that just because he took so much damage earlier, and it's not really working out.
It really isn't. Once again, in the middle of this push, Elazer goes for another run by the third base. Once again, completely exposed. More SCVs are going to be going down. At the same time, Ryung, he's catching some Queens. He's catching the Babies, but oh my god! The Babies, they morph in!
Oh, yeah, and there's only 2 medevacs worth of bio left over, and meanwhile he's losing everything back at home. 13 SCVs go down, and the rally barely holds off this run by.
Barely. Oh my god, we even have a burrow in the natural base. There we go. We have a scan of Ryung. He has some keen eyes. He's fully aware of it. We have another burrow underneath the third CC just denied from landing. Ugh.
Yeah, burrows when you're in a low eco situation like this are just absolutely brutal. Elazer's going to be able to run in, push this back. Burrow once again underneath this third. You can just keep doing that. And Ryung, he's going to establish once again, but look at the creep. The creep is covering the entire map. Elazer has so much momentum. He's getting a 5th, getting a 6th down, even a macro hatch in the middle of the map. And he is just completely making this map his.
Yeah, Elazer is in control right now. Everything is going his way. He's got 2-2 on the horizon, just making nothing but Ling Bane. He's going for another Ling counter attack, by the way. Once again at the third base, once again catching these reinforcements, even a tank.
Yeah, there we go. So we're going to be clearing up a little bit of creep here, but once again, the run by Elazer. He's been so good with those, and it's just keeping Ryung constantly on the back foot. You just really don't want to be trading like this all the time as Terran when you're so far behind in economy.
Yeah, he just keeps going again and again, and Ryung just never has enough to defend his third base. Once again, every single SCV is going to be going down. The reinforcements get caught out as well, and Ryung, if he wasn't all in before, yeah, he just taps out. GG gets called.
GG, clinical play coming out from Elazer, and the 2-base build not working out for Ryung.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, even though he was playing things a little bit safe, which we completely understood, we were completely behind him in his decision-making there. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to find any damage despite the greed from Elazer. There was no punish for the heavy droning that he was going for early on. Ryung, unfortunately, did kind of miss his window of opportunity there.
Smudged, puppy. Smudged by Zerg. No surprises here.
Yeah, like, it's just like my ladder sessions, puppy. I feel vindicated. Oh.
Oh. I get smudged by everyone.
TVT unwinnable, Poppy, unwinnable.
True. So true. Glad someone's saying it.
I saw the flowchart in the mates Discord earlier where it's like, I think it was Zerg over Protoss, Protoss over Terran, Terran over Terran. Like,
yeah.
These animals, mate. Oh my god. These Terran players, mate.
It's true. It's true. I mean, you said it. Not me.
And you're like, just to be clear, I am the very last Terran, okay?
Yeah. We're all the very last Terran. I don't know who the second Terran is. Whichever Terran's out there winning TVTs, I hate you.
It's Maru, Poppy. It's Maru.
Sorry, Maru. As here we go, spawning in at the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing for Team GP. It is the red Terran, Ryung.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Polish Zerg player himself representing Team Liquid and currently leading this series 1-0. It is Elazer.
Here we go. I want to see a CC first. I don't know if I said that before, but I do. And I'm not going to see it. Feels bad, man.
Asher only wanted one thing for Christmas, and it was a CC first. Ryung.
Oh.
Why?
I said I got coal. AKA this map pool.
This map pool or the next map pool? What do you mean?
The next one. This map pool's...
It's good,
okay.
Papi. It's good,
fine.
It's a Terran. It was the Terran pool. What are you talking about?
The Zerg's won on it.
It will go down in history as the Terran pool.
It will. It definitely will. It's about as good as it's ever going to get. As we see a rather standard opening coming out from Elazer as well, so it does feel like Elazer playing very confidently here. Feels like he is the stronger player in the matchup. Ryung is going to be sending out an SCV scout, making sure that nothing weird is coming his way, but I'm definitely hoping to see a 3cc build coming out from him this time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we are in a bit of a larger map as well, so we can get away with arguably more greed. Ryung doesn't have to play as safely as he did previously, but at the same time, Elazer is up in this series. I wouldn't be opposed to Elazer even going for a bit of a roach push.
I just found a dry ramen noodle on my desk.
Don't put it in your mouth. Have you eaten today, Papi? Is that what we've come to? What, Asher?
I had some ramen. I'm you.
Oh, I
had some mee goreng. I mean, not ramen.
I had ramen today as well. I had some.
I had spicy mee goreng.
Oh,
it's so good.
Yeah.
I am now lined with oil from the inside.
You're flame tolerant, Papi. You can survive the blue flame now. It's so good. It's so good. Oh.
Oh.
Or you're more susceptible, actually.
Oh. I'm flammable, not inflammable.
You're gonna burn from the inside, Papi. Ah.
Wait, isn't inflammable flammable as well?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's you know,
animals.
The English language. They try and trick you, Papi. They
try and trick you. It's big fire trying to trick you. Don't listen to big fire, guys.
They try to sell you on the inflammable, and then that's how they get you, Papi.
That's how they get you. Suddenly you're on fire and you're wondering where everything went wrong.
Oh my god. Speaking of being on fire, Ryung, he does it, Papi. He heard your cries. He heard your call. There was an Asher off in the distance yelling, 3cc, Papi. And he answers your call.
I believe in you, Ryung. And Ryung goes, you've been a good boy this year, AsherBro.
Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yes, Santa Ryung, yes. Give it to us. Oh.
Yes, can I sit on your lap? Santa Ryung.
You're an animal. Only if you give me milk, Papi.
And cookies.
What about the No, just milk, Papi.
Oh, I see. Aye. As Ryung is going to be opening up.
StarCraft, by the way.
Okay. I'm trying.
Yeah. Are you?
Not that hard. As Ryung is going to be going for 3cc Banshee here. It is apparently the build that is safe to everything. And it's pretty good. I'll give him that. And we see Elazer. I'm not sure if he scouted this and it's in response, but he is going to be going for a relatively fast layer.
Yeah, Elazer is approaching this in a pretty greedy fashion here. He's going to be delaying his Evo chambers. He's going to be droning up quite heavily here on his 3 bases and going straight for that lair, as you were saying. This doesn't necessarily indicate lair play as in, like, you know, Hydras or Spire. This can just be very greedy to go into Baneling speed as quickly as possible and eventually into our Evo chambers. So we'll see if he can get away with this here, as Ryung is being quite active with his Hellions.
Yeah, he has gone up to that 8 Hellion count as well, so there's a lot of potential to fight Lings here. I do feel like he's been a little bit less aggressive than he could be, especially against a player like Elazer, who does tend to cut corners wherever he can.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we've seen time and time again, you know, Ryung just hasn't really kind of gone for it. He doesn't have that killer instinct here, specifically against Elazer, it seems. Meanwhile, Double Banshee does slip into the natural, and there is no Spore. Elazer being a little bit greedy. He had a Spore at the 3rd, but not at the natural.
Yeah, this is, I believe, the Zerg players even call this the Polish Gambit after Elazer.
Yeah, and I've seen many Zerg players crumble because of that Gambit. But we do see the Queens collapsing on these Banshees, and both Banshees are going to go down. Uh-oh.
Yeah, nice Queen movement coming out from Elazer. Ryung just being a little bit too greedy, sticking around even after the drone pull, and he is going to be punished by that. Meanwhile, we do see him diving in with these Hellions. Looks like he's managed to take out most of the Lings, but backs himself into a corner, and the Queens once again are going to be able to finish off the defense.
Yeah, and now Ryung just completely relinquishes any map control that he once had. The Banshees went down, the Hellions went down, and all 6 drones, which isn't too bad here, but now Elazer is free to be as greedy as he wants, to take more bases, to drone on up, and to tech up as well.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this too. Gone for a very fast 5th, I think, especially considering that Ryung has been a bit more passive and probably feeling as well that he is the stronger player when it comes to being able to defend, and he's shown that. I really like that he's taken a fast 5th here.
I do as well. He's going to be getting away with this hatchery. You do see 1-1 on the way. Bailing speed is already completed due to the faster lair, as we saw earlier. And Ryung, as he tries to push out into the middle of the map, this is really just designed to deny creep, to try and clear as much creep as possible. Don't really think there's too much here to really threaten any of the bases. He's just going to stim and dance here with the queens. Oh!
Yeah, a little bit of a sad-looking tank push here. Is going to be able to drag back to that tank, get a little bit of damage on this Ling Bane, but basically we're just trading medevac energy for queen energy at this point.
Yeah, we have plenty of queen energy where that came from. We see once again Elazer going for burrow just like he did in the previous game. He's looking to be as annoying as possible. Ryung is rotating over though, and he's going to be able to catch the 6th base though. But he doesn't know it's the 6th, but he does tonight.
He takes out our base.
Yeah,
there's a lot of bases. They're everywhere. As Elazer is gearing up for a very large run by over by this 3rd. He's going to be able to break through this depot wall, still have some extra banelings, and what does Ryung have in position? He is sieging up a tank that is very well timed here. It is possibly going to be able to snipe down these Banes.
Oh my god, the Banes are going for the middle line. Oh my god! Oh, just barely out of range of the tank, and it looks like they will connect.
No! Oh, Ryung was so close, but at the same time, the reason that he was a little bit distracted is because he's setting up his own push on the front here. Looks like he is going to be able to put some damage on this base, but the advantage for Elazer of expanding so fast is if he has to, he can give this up and transfer those drones to the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have to commit here to protect this base. It looks like he's going for another run by the way. The majority of the Lings are going across the map. The Ling Bane is here to defend as well. The Queens are buying a lot of time here for the defense, and now Elazer, he's going for it. Ooh.
Yeah, these Lings looks like they're going to cut off some reinforcements. They are going to take a little bit of fight with this Marine force at the front here. Meanwhile, Elazer just trying to scrap as much as he can with these Marines, but I think Ryung's starting to break through him. I don't know if Elazer wants to pull the trigger on this. These tanks are very well positioned. The target fire is good, but a couple of those tanks are going to be going down.
Yeah, a couple of tanks are going to go down. Meanwhile, the Ling counterattack across map is finally going to get cleaned up. Did deal a lot of damage. As you were saying, Elazer just didn't have enough banelings to really get on top of those Marines on the front lines, but Elazer apparently didn't need them, as once again, he's just going for another counterattack.
Yeah, Elazer has been relentless with these counterattacks, and they have been doing such a good job. The tank with a bit of friendly fire on these Marines is going to be helping them out as well.
Yeah, the tank is going to go down. Not a bad trade for Ryung, but losing the tank is quite brutal. Meanwhile, he still hasn't found any headway. I am shocked, by the way, that Elazer has been able to keep this hatchery alive.
This is the run-bys lab. This is how it works. The run-bys keep you safe because the push can't get scarier.
It's crazy, Papi. It's crazy. The push is finally getting reinforcements, but the tank count was completely reset. The army is overstimmed, and we are running out of medevac energy.
Yeah, what's been happening with these medevacs? I don't know if Ryung's just been missing a bit of production here with everything that's been going on.
It is quite possible. We can see Ryung is banking quite a lot of gas. Another bailing run by is going to detonate here with the mineral line. 7 more SCVs are going to be going down. And Ryung is out of steam. He's forced to turn around and come back home.
I heard my brother's dying. Where did those Marines die from? I just heard the screams. Oh no, it's happening.
They're all dying, Papi. They're all dying. We see another bailing run by. The wall is not a wall. We do have 2 tanks though, so again, this position is quite heavily fortified. Elazer can't really find a way in through this angle, but he's setting up for another run by here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, the wall is not a wall, but the tank is a tank, and we do see Ryung going for a bit of a move out, but he just doesn't have the medevacs to heal up his army, and pretty big surround being threatened by Elazer. Not going to pull the trigger here, but I'm a little bit worried for Ryung. His Marines are so badly hurt.
They really are. A little bit of a misrally there. Elazer, he does actually send a lot of Lings into their deaths, so not a bad couple of moments here for Ryung. He's able to look to try and stabilize. We have a double drop headed towards the left-hand side of the map. A very ambitious double drop. One of those medevacs is almost dead. So he has no fear. This is what he's kind of drawn to here. This is kind of the position that he's in. So desperate he is to get some damage done, but the drop is going to get underway towards the top left as the army pushes through the center of the map.
Yeah, and this army still remains pretty heavily overstimmed. I think we do need to heal it up just in case of some friendly fire from the tanks. But at the same time, he's going to be pushing on through, and It is starting to feel like the momentum is slowly shifting in Ryung's favor. He's managed to clear up a lot of creep. These last few run-bys as well from Elazer have been pretty wasteful, but he's setting up a huge surround on this army.
He is setting up the surround here, and we'll see if Ryung is able to deal with this. He's reinforcing. Now we have 4 tanks in position. A pretty good marine spread, but Elazer, he goes for it. He's going for it.
Yeah, here we go. Catches some of those siege tanks on siege. Will be dropping straight on top of all of these units. Bit of friendly fire coming out from the tanks. The Banelings having very good connections. The split's just not quite there for Ryung, but we are going to be seeing a lot of these units being traded out for both sides.
Oh my god, exactly. We do see the tank count basically reset. Looks like Ryung is going to be able to force this all the way back, and Ryung may be able to finally get that hatchery. But again, at this point, Elazer, he just doesn't care. He has been able to reinforce. He's coming in once again with the Lingbane.
Yeah, he is smashing in once again, and he's finally cleaning this up. It's been so crucial for him as well that throughout this, as Ryung has been bricking, he's just never been allowed to build up his tank count. There we go. GG is called, and a very aggressive defense coming out from Elazer.
GG, well played. Elazer, he does it. He takes the series 2-0 and advances on from Group F. As you were saying, Elazer, he had no fear. He was very quick to go for these massive Ling counterattacks. And even though more often than not, he didn't really have a lot to defend at home, I guess Ryung was so distracted and his attention was so captivated by those run-bys that he wasn't able to fully focus on those pushes, and Elazer was just able to buy so much time as a result.
Yeah, I think pretty crucially as well, Elazer was always on top of that tank count. I don't think we ever saw more than 3 tanks at one spot. And I mean, this push really relies on getting 6 or 7 tanks all together and just completely locking down a position where Banelings can't really get on top of the Marines. He was never really allowed to do that because Elazer just always picked the right time to engage and just take out a few tanks here and there. And I mean, like the run by, every time he ran by, he would take out 1 or 2 tanks.
Yeah, and there were some times where he was even a little bit wasteful with his Lings, where he was trading quite inefficiently just for tanks though, and he would get the tank in the end, and you can see that it was all worth it towards the end of the game, where it all kind of built up towards this moment where Ryung was low with his tank count, where he was low with his medevac count as well, and he just didn't have enough to really commit to a push and really make it work. So yeah, very nice play there from Elazer. Very solid overall, and he makes it out second alongside Ragnarok.
Yeah, great game. And in a group of 2 Zergs and 2 Terrans, what do you know?
There's a reason why originally I was gonna cast this group with Yaku. I was like, I don't want Asher to smooch, Papi, but alas, I brought
okay,
you
I knew it was gonna happen. It was inevitable.
GG. I'm also, you know, just taking these couple of moments to enjoy these maps while I can. I wasn't lying earlier where I'm gonna miss some of our memes, Papi. I'm gonna miss being under the sea. I'm gonna miss singing with Sebastian. We're gonna have to come up with some other like nonsense things with a new map pool. Shaking my head.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know. I don't think any of them had funny names.
Yeah, like I can't remember the names off the top of my head, to be fair, but like
I know one I'm gonna have fun with. The Ancient Cistern.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, there's that. There's I can't quite recall the others, but you know, I'm gonna miss Tropical Scarface. It was an old bad meme, but you know, quite fond in my heart. I'm gonna miss coming inside and out.
Oh, you really said that.
I'm gonna miss the aesthetic like kind of like tendencies of Waterfall as well. You know, it's a map that I never played on, but it's quite nice. It's quite nice.
It looks nice.
Yeah,
you guys
it looks
enjoy
nice.
that.
Yeah, you guys have fun. I'm gonna watch on the sidelines, Papi.
You know what I miss? I don't miss the map, but in terms of map name memes, glittering asses. That was a good one.
We never said that.
No, we didn't. That was the Roddy and Raynor meme.
Animal.
Where they were like, here we are at the club with all the glittering asses.
Shaking my head. Oh my god. I'm gonna miss gazing at the stars with you and dancing in the moonlight. Especially. Oh.
What's Dolan gonna do?
Oh, I know, right?
Stargazers is gone. You'll have to walk off into the sunset.
Smooch, pop, smooch. Oh god. So yeah, we gotta cherish these maps all we can. You don't know what you have until it's gone. And I think that's very applicable to a lot of the Terran players out there. But yeah, with that was our final series of the night. We did just wrap up Group F. It's kind of great to come back to 1v1 casting, especially after such a long period of 2v2 World Team League. And our next broadcast is going to be in 2 days. It's going to be Thursday. I will be live with Yaku with, I promise you, the final group, our final group that we're covering of DreamHack. It is the last one. And the reason why I'm casting with Yaku as well is there are no Terrans in that group. So I'm saving you from the PVCs, Asher.
I don't mind PVC.
You say that now.
I don't mind short PVCs.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah, we're gonna be back in 2 days here with the final group of DreamHack. It is a group with Scarlet and Estrella, so gonna be a little bit spicy. The other thing is I was just going over the Home Story Cup replay pack, and I have been picking out some Home Story Cup games to cast that were not broadcasted live, so we may be able to do some of those. I say some because of course after the patch releases it is going to break the replays, so we're on a bit of a timer.
Forgot about that. It's okay, the patch won't release.
You're like, it's like the patch will never come, puppy. It's like you have the year.
I never thought about that. Maybe if we get all the Terrans together and we make this problem of the intern disappear, and then we can stay on these maps forever, puppy.
What are you saying? You're like, it would be a shame if something happened to him.
It would be a shame if someone didn't let him out of the basement or bring him food.
Oh, but you're animals, Pop. You're animals. So now you know if the patch is suspiciously late and never drops, then it's clearly the Terrans. They're to blame.
We killed the intern, puppy.
You busted his kneecaps and you left him in the basement. You're animals.
If we don't have some better maps, we're gonna be returning, and you're not gonna like it this time.
Avatica, get out of here!
Get out of here! Get back to whatever it is that you do.
Get back to cleaning the floors.
Yeah. Hibernate.
Oh my god. But alas, something that we haven't had in a while, Asher, is an Asher stream.
You're gonna be waiting a little long.
Talk to us, Poppy. It's been what's been happening in the land of Asher?
I'm washed, Poppy. I'm bad.
No.
The streams will return when I'm unwashed.
When you're dirty, Poppy. Oh god.
When I've worked on my mud wrestling and I'm caked.
Oh my god. Well, if you're in the chats and if you want to tune into some Asher mud wrestling, and I know I do, then !AsherBro in the chat. You can find some lovely Asher ladder streams over on his own Twitch channel, so make sure you check him out there. Again, he has some lovely gameplay. Even if he smoges, we have a fun time. The chat can have a fun time.
Yeah, you can enjoy my pain. That's how Terran streams work, right?
It's
but
true.
If you want to see a streamer who actually streams, Oh, we're in the same boat, are we?
We're both washed, Papi.
Ah,
We're washing each other.
where can they find some Zerg gameplay?
I should be having a ladder session tomorrow. I should be live. You can find me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I will be live throughout the week at some point. I typically do not stream when we are casting because I don't want to smudge. But tomorrow we're not going to be casting, so we can smudge all we want.
Beautiful. If we're awake at any stage in the afternoon.
You're an animal, Papi. You're an animal. Oh my god. But yes, I should be awake tomorrow, and I should be live with some StarCraft. It'll be amazing. It'll be beautiful. So you can tune into some of that action there. Otherwise, if you only want our StarCraft casting, then follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings. We're all over the place. We're on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a YouTube channel where all of our VODs are uploaded, and we have a Discord server where you can interact with us outside of the stream. You can have a bit of a chat. You can chat us up. If you wish. And outside of that, we also have a Patreon channel, a Patreon as well. If you want to support us on Patreon, I believe we are in the midst of reworking it, of changing it a little bit and updating it. So if you want to support us on Patreon, you can. You can also subscribe here on the Twitch channel. All the support we get, we appreciate, we love, we thank you.
Oh. Need to give them some mud wrestling content. Start the OnlyFans, Papi. It's the only way.
It's the only way. Migs keeps telling me. He's like, mate, just give the people what they want. And I'm like, I'm not
Mate,
there.
you're already giving it away for free. Button those shirts up for the non-subscribers.
True. Aye. Oh my god. So thank you so much everyone for the support. Again, our next cast is going to be one final DreamHack replay cast, and then after that we're going to be getting back into our regular programming, ESL Open Cups. The next season of OSC Esports is on the horizon, and we are just filtering through all the Home Story Cup replays to figure out what we want to cast. I didn't realize until this morning how many games weren't casted.
Yeah.
There's so much. There's so many games, and I'm trying to filter it. I'm trying to make sure that we don't get too many. But like for each group, there's like 8 best ofs that deserve to be casted. So, oh my.
Pain. Pure pain.
Yeah. So I'll try and cut it up, and I'll try and make it manageable for us to cover. But stay tuned for that. If you want some Home Story Cup, if you want some glittering assets, then you know where to go. You know where to be.
You know where to find us.
Asher, do you have anything you want to say before we head off for the night?
All that glitters is not gold. Sometimes. It's... I'm not going to finish that. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.